Hello at first. You should know that the review is my personal opinion, and I hope that you will not be intolerant, because everyone has their own taste. Avatar: The Way of Water review. The events of the film take place a decade after the events of the first part, and about Jack Sully, who became the leader of the Umatokaya tribe, and his wife, Natira, who had 2 sons and a daughter, Nidima, Lueke and Tok, in addition to 3 other adopted 4th daughters, Carrie and her mother, Dr. Grace, who died in the events of the first part, and humans begin by launching another attack on Pandora's moon with the aim of living on the moon and also taking its resources, and surprisingly again, led by Colonel Miles, who was revived again by copying his memories into the body of Navi, the inhabitants of Pandora's moon, which begins a process of revenge again on the inhabitants of the moon, especially from Jack's soul. Director James Cameron returns once again with the movie Avatar: Waterway, which has been postponed for the past 7 years, which is one of the reasons for postponing story writing and technology, and in fact postponing the part was not necessary at all. One of the most important clear elements of the film is the length of time, which is estimated at 3 hours long and full of boring moments, and those boring moments are caused by building pillars for a long story with 3 additional parts so that the series consists of 5 parts. But the important question is why 3 hours are added in one movie to the What is the Story series, which will last 3 hours for each film, especially since the film will revolve around the idea of revenge in the coming parts, or there is another story that might be better. As for the technical aspect of the film, it is at its best, but the technical revolution in the first part, the second part cannot match. As for the aspect that made the movie boring in some of its parts, it was the re-exploration of Pandora's moon with stereotypical, superficial and sometimes repetitive dialogues. Throughout the movie, I did not want to explore the moon through scenes of beings smiling foolishly all the time, and most of the story revolved around Colonel Miles, quite frankly. He is the one who saved the movie, and its dialogues were written well, and made the movie an interesting aspect, but did not carry the story to further and higher horizons like the first part. As for the important aspect of the film, it is the islands of Maikiana, which captured most of the events of the film, and made the film another classification, which is the documentary classification, more than any other classification, and it is a strange thing. But James is interested in real life, in photographing and documenting what is under the water. But I feel that it is exaggerated in that part from the movie. However, some of the island scenes were wonderful and poetic, such as the moments that brought Lueke together with the whale or the Talcan being, which were the second best moments of the movie after the action scenes. As for the best moments of the movie, it was the last part of the movie, which was full of moments of action, drama and excitement, but waiting 2.5 hours was not necessary, and certainly the attention to detail in the action scenes was exciting and intelligent from James Cameron, and highlighting the details in the action scenes is a method invented by director Christopher Nolan in films Inception, Interstellar and Tint. As a sequel to Avatar, it wasn't quite the disaster in The Matrix 2, but neither was The Dark Knight. The movie was in the safety zone, like Spider-Man: Far From Home. Conclusion: the film presented wonderful visual pleasure and original and wonderful action moments, but the length of the film lacks ease of digestion, and also placing the film in a documentary classification was not a good decision from James Cameron, except that the moments of Lueke were good, and also the idea of revenge from my point of view cannot bear 5 parts, and I hope the series should carry surprises, creativity and a better scenario in the upcoming films. Evaluation 7 out of 10.